The AI revolution is here, but is your MV application truly ready? Join Enrique Murphy, a software architect at Aleator Software, as he explores the real challenges of MV application modernization and how to overcome them.
Hi, I am Enrique Murphy. I am a software architect at Aleator Software. I've been a MultiValue developer for over 20 years. If you're an MV developer, then you know what MV applications are, their robustness, their their performance. Um, they have been the backbone of many companies across different industries all over the world. But uh, decades have passed since those applications were originally built, and there were significant evolutions in application development, in design patterns, in databases and programming languages. And unfortunately, those innovations were not adopted by our MV environments or in our MV applications. Now we face the next great shift, the AI revolution. We are going from the simple LLM assistants of generative AI to the transformative uh, power of agentic AI. We don't know exactly what will happen next in this revolution, but we understand that we have to join this revolution if we want our MV applications to survive. When our MV applications were originally built, they were designed to interact primarily with human users. Today, the landscape has changed dramatically. We still need human interaction or human participation, but we also need to interact with other applications, and most importantly, we need our MV application to interact with AI. So the core question becomes, how do we effectively integrate our MV application with other applications and with AI? The answer is simple: using application programming interfaces or APIs. This is the universal standard for software components to communicate with each other. APIs allows us to do several powerful things. They let us expose our MV application functionality and data to other applications. They enable us to integrate our MV application into microservice ecosystems, and most importantly, they allow us to expose our functionality and data as tools to the AI, um, to uh, to do tasks as to integrate in tasks as conversational interfaces or agentic AI. So now that we have established that APIs are our fundamental path to modernization and to join the AI revolution, what we do next? We start exploring our MV environment, that in our case is Rocket Universe, uh, to look for API creation tools. And that's when we discover the MultiValue Integration Server, or MVIS. MVIS is a powerful tool that will allow us to expose our MV subroutines, universe or Unidata subroutines, as operation as of a RESTful standard APIs. MVIS can be Dockerized. It has good security because it supports OAuth authentication, uh, and it supports OpenTelemetry. So uh, MVIS is definitely the right tool for us to build APIs in our MV environment. Okay, now that we have established that APIs are our path to modernization and to integrate with AI, and now that we have explored our MV environment and found the right tool for building APIs, MVIS, let's explore the let's see how can we implement a simple API using MVIS to create, update, and read customer information. Create and update operations, we will expect a JSON object containing the customer information. Then we would need to extract that information from that JSON object to build the dynamic variable of the customer record, and then validate and write that customer record within our MV environment. For the read API operation, we would receive the customer ID, and then after reading information from several MV files, we will have to build a JSON object to return as the API response. That JSON object may be simple or maybe a complex of JSON object. Okay, so we already have MV subroutines to create, update, and read customer information. And since MVIS allows us to expose those subroutines directly as API operations, we might be tempted to think, great, we have our problem solved. We expose those subroutines and then the API is ready. But here is when we hit our first real challenge when building APIs on top of our MV applications as they are. Those subroutines were built to work with human interaction. So, for example, the create customer subroutine will be asking for the customer information using input statements. And it's very simple. You cannot expose in an API a subroutine that needs human interaction. So, and the same applies to almost all the rest of our MV business logic, as our entire MV application was designed to for human interaction and not as business logic to be used as responses to API calls. To implement API operations, we will need to deal with extensive mappings from JSON to MV and from MV to JSON. That is, we would need to be able to extract information from a JSON object to build MV structures, MV records and variables, and the opposite, to be able to build simple or complex JSON objects from information that resides in MV variables. If we have a poor JSON support, this implies that we would need to do all the extracting and all the building programmatically and manually, leading us to a tedious, error-prone, and time-consuming process. So the real challenge is not merely the act of creating an API endpoint with MVIS. The real modernization challenge lies in refactoring all the existing MV-based business logic and handling that complex data mapping between JSON and MV to be able to power uh, those APIs we define. And the bottom line remains, if we can't build APIs efficiently and reliably, then we are really one step behind in the AI revolution compared to other development environments. But I have good news for you. At Aleator Software, we spent years deconstructing modern application architecture, design patterns, and innovations in programming languages and database access. And uh, we figured out how to implement those innovations directly into our MV environment, transforming it into a modern application development platform. This led us to two revolutionary solutions for the MV community. Our first major innovation is the Aleph MV framework. Aleph is a low-code, no-code, AI-assisted framework built upon Rocket MVIS. Aleph is not just a tool, it is a pathway to genuine modernization that will allow you to transform your MV application into a modern microservices architecture, unlock your MV data and functionality using RESTful APIs, create modern, responsive web business application deeply integrated with your MV database, and embrace the AI revolution by using AI code assistants and creating AI conversational interfaces. Second, we've developed a strategic modernization methodology to gradually modernize any existing MV application, minimizing risk and without disrupting your production environment. And here's the most critical takeaway for decision makers and developers. Combined, our MV framework and our methodology let you modernize your MV application without leaving the MV environment, without needing to learn new languages or technologies, without disrupting your existing application, leveraging the power of AI, and most importantly, without needing to migrate your MV data.
Start your modernization journey today. Subscribe now to our full video series where we will dive deeper into the Aleph MV framework and our methodology. And visit Aleatorsoftware.com to learn more about how our consulting and outsourcing services can help you execute this vision. Thank you.